the roots, the history, your grandfather and your grandmother. This is the torch that I'm going to try to pass over to my kids. Your last name. Every Greek last name has a meaning. Where else in the world you can find this?
Welcome to this episode of Greece Chats with Tony Kariotis. In today's episode, I'm joined by Christos Bisiotis. Christos is the founder of Terpsi Hospitality and Bellita Pasta, and we're going to be talking about his journey and all things food. And he's a chef down in Miami, Florida. So let's jump right into this interesting conversation. Hey man, what's up? How you doing?
Hi Tony, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How's everything? Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Everything is great. Enjoying the sunny Florida weather.
Oh man, I'm jealous.
Yeah,
we have a rainy day today, like just nonstop cold rain.
We had last week. It has been raining the entire week, but the last couple of days it's been wonderful. Thank God.
That's nice. We had good weather though before today, so I can't complain too much.
Nice.
But we're at the end of September now, so I'm sure the cold weather is going to hit us up here in Boston. I need a reason to get out of here, so the minute it gets cold, I'm out.
Come down here.
Yeah, I might. I just might. Anyways, why don't you take a chance to introduce yourself to the audience?
My name is Christos Bisiotis. I've been cooking for the last 25 years. I started my journey from Greece, and I ended up in the United States in 2007. I have worked for a lot of well-known chefs in my career. And now I have the path of being single in professional life, which I enjoy my freedom. And I'm more into consulting right now. Who knows? Maybe I go back to full time one day or soon. Who knows? But we're doing a lot of interesting projects right now, and with different people. So it keeps me busy, it keeps me up to my toes, and it's been a wonderful journey so far.
That's awesome. I'd love to jump into some of the projects you might be working on, but why don't we just take it from the beginning? Let's talk about, you mentioned you came here from Greece in 2007. Tell me what that was all about.
I mean, coming to the United States, it has been my dream. So, we grew up in the house with listening to stories about America. My grandfather was here, my grandmother was here, my mother was here. So we grew up very, I want to say, American in Greece. And I always wanted to come here. So I took the decision on Christmas Day of 2007 to move permanently to United States. The good thing about it was I never had to deal with like visas and green cards and this and that. I was American at birth. So ever since, I've been here since 2007. It's been a very interesting journey, I want to call it. I saw all the phases of the professional career to personal as well. I think America is a very big school for anyone. And at the same time, the same way that it offers you everything, it can take away everything from you in a second. So you gotta stay focused. You need to have patience, and you need to focus on your target and do your best.
Well said. Well said. You mentioned you flew in on Christmas Day. Was there, I know you said you had a lot of family back home that you guys lived an American style life. Did that family also come in with you?
No, I didn't have anybody. I came by myself. It was hard at the beginning for sure. But I think that I wouldn't change anything from the whole experience, good or bad. Um, yeah, it was not so pleasant at the beginning. I want to say, it's hard. Um, but you want it or not, like we say in Greece, when you join the dance, you get a dance. So I had to dance, and it was not my last dance. It was my first dance, um, and so far so good. No complaints. Um, in terms of, you know, if you want to know like stuff such as at the very beginning, it was hard even to find a place to stay. You know, without no one, without knowing anybody, with very limited money in my pocket. So thank God there was an angel sent to me that he used to own a building in Woodside in New York, and he had like a furnished basement, which he offered it to me until I find a job. And I think until the day that I die, I will never forget this. I will never forget this. And I've been looking for him ever since. After I left the place, um, I lost contact with him, but after a couple of years, I started looking for him to thank him and to do something in return, but I was not able to locate him ever.
Mhm.
It's sad. I don't know. I don't know. I hope his name is Bobby. I hope he's doing well.
I hope so too. Well, maybe it was that angel for you. Um, and then what was it like trying to find that first job, and what was that first opportunity you found?
It was it was pretty interesting. Um, I had printed out all my resumes ahead of the time from Greece. Coming to United States. I knocked on first on all the Greek doors. Unfortunately, they were all closed except one. So Mr. George Steriopoulos, who was the owner of Christos Steakhouse in Astoria, was the first person in the United States that offered me a job. And I will never forget it, because anywhere else I was going to ask for a job, they were looking at me as an OTB, translates to off the boat. Um, and what do you know? And this is America, and this, that. And I said, okay, don't worry, I'll find my way. So Mr. George melted me into the American culture of professional environment. And I decided that this is the route that I want to take for my career. And then mostly I work for American companies and restaurants all my career. Of course, I did my Greek ones, but the big schools were with the Americans. That's for sure.
Amazing. So you get this job with Christos. What comes after that? How long was that? And then what was the chapter after that? What
So
opportunities did that open for you?
at the same time, because it was under the same ownership, I used to work at Christos Steakhouse and as well at the Edison Ballroom located in Manhattan. Um, at Edison Ballroom, we used to do big events for celebrities, companies, teams, you name it. Like we have done the 40th birthday of Jennifer Lopez there, all kinds of stuff. The New York Giants, Patricia Fields, Antonio Banderas. We have done it all. Um, After my journey at the Edison Ballroom, I decided that, okay, now I can start doing my first steps into the American market on my own. So then I joined the family of Eataly uh, in New York. And that led me to an amazing 5-year journey with them. For me, till today, it's one of the best college that I ever attended, because I never finished a regular college. I don't know how that looks like. I only finished my culinary school in Greece, but I've never been to a college. So I still consider it as my biggest college. We had in that place 50,000 square feet, 9 restaurants, and I had to manage all of a sudden a team of 9 restaurants and 375 cooks. And it was the biggest responsibility I've ever had in terms of manpower and, of course, revenue as well. So after that, I moved to Florida to open a big concept for a very famous chef. And then actually in the meantime, when I was still at Eataly, I was also cooking at the White House under the Obama administration.
Yeah, I want to get into that in a bit, but I want to backtrack 1 second. So you come to America. At what point? How many? When was it that you're now running galas and controlling a large team? What was the timeline like?
It was after 3 years.
3 years. Okay.
But for those 3 years, all I was doing is work, home, work.
Yeah.
That was my life. I didn't go anywhere. I was not spending any money. I was like, of course, I was tired as well at the same time. But, I had a focus. I had a goal that, I need to make X amount of money, and, I need to take care of 1, 2, 3. So there was no time for other things other than that work.
Right. And for those that don't know, that this is the Eataly down in Flatiron in New York?
Flatiron, yes, the original one.
Oh, it's amazing. I know you touched a little bit about the experience, but what did you learn with your role at Eataly, aside from being a chef? What else did that opportunity give you?
Management. And you can be the most talented chef, but if you don't have a way to talk to your people, if you're not capable of controlling tough situations, especially with such a big amount of manpower behind you, management. And I think it's the most important thing that you can have at any workspace, but serious management. Not to say that you're a manager just to say it, and be one.
And then during your stint at Eataly, was there also expansion outside of New York?
Yeah, of course. We went to Chicago, Boston, LA, Las Vegas, and then outside of United States as well. Dubai, Istanbul, from what I can remember. Yeah. And now it keeps growing. They recently opened up in Miami as well.
Awesome. So I know after Eataly, your journey really starts to take a different turn for even bigger. I know you mentioned White House, you mentioned Miami. I want to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're jumping into the White House and you cooking for former President Barack Obama. Stay tuned.
Are you ready to get your Greek dual citizenship? There has never been a better time. Whether you've just started the process or have hit dead ends trying on your own or simply haven't started yet, we're here to help. Greece Media is the most trusted citizenship service for Greeks abroad. We handle everything, from eligibility and documents to dealing with the Greek government. We do it for you. Take the stress out of the process and get it done right. Call 1-833-MY-GREECE or visit greece-media.com/Greek citizenship to book your consultation.
All right, we're back. So, Christos, how does a kid from Athens comes to New York and then is cooking for President Obama. Talk about that.
Look, to be very honest with you, back then I could not see it so clear that I see it now. Now that I look back, I say to myself, good job. But then I was in a nice way, I was such a junkie with my job that I was only looking forward and I never looked back. So, of course, it was an amazing feeling. First of all, to meet all those people in person, and at the same time, to cook for them, to have the ability to cook for them. And not only to cook for them, but also because I'm very good with making pastas. I was teaching also the employees, the cooks at the White House, of like how to make pasta from scratch and different shapes and stuff like that. So it was a great experience for as long as it lasted. And yeah, I will never forget it. The people that you meet, the places that you go, the doors that open for you. And of course, I was exposed in a very young age at so much press and, and media because of that, which, to be honest with you, I'm really thankful to God because I was able to control all these, I want to say it like famous situation. And I remain humble. Like, it's hard when you are 24 years old to manage all this. Because if you let yourself loose and you think that you're somebody, you're going to go down the drain, 100% guaranteed. So I stay focused on my job, and that was about it.
Awesome. You also, I'm assuming, got to work with some other legendary chefs. What stands out from those experiences? And if you want to shout a few of them out.
Number one, and most importantly, Thomas Keller, the god of the gods, the godfather of the kitchens. The most touching moment for me was back in 2019 when I opened Milos Hudson Yards in New York. Tack Room, which was Thomas Keller's restaurant, was on the same floor with Milos. And I remember it was a Sunday service. The restaurant was packed around 1 p.m. And while I'm expo and calling out the tickets, I feel like a big shade on top of me. And I turn around and I see Thomas Keller. He walked into the kitchen and give me a hug and tell me of how proud he is of me. And I think in my career, of course, I had beautiful moments. I had very bad moments. I had ugly moments. But I think this is I think that's the number one highlight. I have so much respect for him. And I don't want to even think the day that he's going to be gone from this world. He's going to leave a huge legacy behind him. And I think more things will come up after he leaves for all the good stuff that he has done. This person is just simply amazing.
So then you left New York. What comes next?
Next comes Florida for a short time, and then Washington, D.C. for a couple of years. not at the White House, at other locations. And then back to New York in 20. So I had a break from New York from 2014 till 2018. Back to New York for a little while, and then moved to Beverly Hills to open Avra there in Beverly Hills. Very successful concept.
And this was
Great.
in 2019, you said?
2018.
2018.
And then, if you work for the number two, then you want to go to the number one. And that's what I learned in life. So I left the number two and I went to number one, which was Milos at that time. And worked very close with Mr. Spiliadis, who is a great chef. The secret that nobody knows about Milos is this. They say, why, right, Tony? Anyone you ask, they craving about Milos. Let's be honest. Why is he so great at all his locations? It's because the amount of time that he spends to find the best ingredient and make it look very simple. But in this life, the simplicity is the most difficult thing to do. We have seen throughout the years, especially how the Greek cuisine is moving. And the majority of people, I think what the problem is, they don't focus on the originality. They don't focus on the roots. And they're going to do something extravaganza, crazy things. It's good for the picture. It's good for the Instagram. But does it taste good? And, that's where Milos comes. It makes everything look simple, but delicious at the same time.
So that's after going to the California. So you come back to New York and
New York just for Mr. Spiliadis. I always wanted to work for him. I learned a lot. I learned a lot next to him.
So at this point, I mean, you come from Greece, you get your first opportunity. A few years later, things really start rolling, and it's just a fast track, it seems. Everything's just, you're growing, you're staying humble. But 2020 comes around, and everything changes for everybody. So what happens for you around 2020? I believe you were mentioning before we spoke about you are opening your restaurant right around then, right?
Right. My whole life changed in a good and in a bad way as well. In a bad way because we were so close to open my own restaurant. And that didn't happen because of COVID. But at the same time, I found my wife. And at that time, she was in Miami. She was living in Miami. And she would fly back and forth to help with the restaurant every weekend. And after we lost the restaurant, I decided that I wanted out of New York. So I moved to Miami. And ever since being together, we got married in December of 2021. And ever since being down here for the last 5 years, weather is amazing. You can't compare the quality of life here with New York. It's day and night. Just the weather alone, it makes you feel like you're in Greece. Yeah. And in 2022, I want to say, I opened my own companies.
That's awesome. And I know you mentioned COVID brought you your wife. That's how I found my wife, because of COVID.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, similar. And
Nice.
she was from Florida too, not Miami, in the Tarpon Springs area.
There you go.
Yeah, I was on a trip down there during COVID with a friend, and the rest is history.
There
So
you go.
leave New York. You're in Miami. So you drop your roots in Miami. What comes next for work? Like, talk to me about Miami.
Yeah. So I opened a couple of places here to help them with the openings and stuff like that after during COVID and after COVID. But then I was getting just simply tired from the industry in general. And I said, if I continue doing this, I have to do it on my own. And I went solo. I first started with my catering company, Terpsi Hospitality. And we take care of, you know, weddings, events, private meals, all that good stuff. Private dinners, and I mentioned meals. I'm sorry. And then a year ago, I went live with my Bellita pasta, where is all handmade pasta. We sell, throughout Florida for right now, and then we're gonna be at Amazon soon. We're working on some little details that need to be finalized.
And that was called
Um,
Bellita pasta.
Bellita
And what
pasta, yeah.
inspires that?
My daughter
All right.
she's the logo of she's on the logo. But to be honest with you, it was a nice picture that I took of my daughter, and I use her as the logo. Anything that I do, it surrounds my family. So, for example, um, Terpsi Hospitality, Terpsi was the name of my grandmother. Um, Bellita Pasta, it's from Bella, my daughter, but the love that I have for pasta, uh, it's been a forever love. It's the love of my life, my pastas. So some pop-ups that I did here in Miami under Laura, with the name Laura, for my wife. Now I'm working to do something for my son, Brendan. Um, so, listen, here's the thing. Uh, Food starts from home. Um, Food education starts from home. And I don't think that there is a better thing in life to sit on the table with your whole family, right?
Right.
You honor the moment that you spend with your family. So basically, what I'm trying to do professionally is to honor my family with new concepts every time. And that's about it.
Well, at the end of the day, what do you want people to feel when they eat your food?
Freedom and pleasure.
Very nice. And I think I read when I was on your site that you prefer to wear a dishwasher's jacket instead of putting your name and promoting yourself.
Yeah, I
Tell me
never
why.
do. I don't believe on that. I don't believe on that. I think if you want to get to know me, my kitchen is always open to the public. At any given point during service, anyone can come in, introduce himself, so then I can introduce myself, and we can have a nice conversation like two normal human beings. By putting names on the jacket, what are you trying to do? To go outside on the dining room and show everyone your name? I prefer to show you my name through my food and not through my jacket.
Very inspiring. Uh, Speaking of inspiring, talk to me a little bit off of the food, but let's talk about you for a second. Who are your biggest inspirations?
None.
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 Okay.
My biggest inspiration is only the Mother Nature.
Okay.
I've never had as an idol, like people say, oh, I had this chef or I had this chef. I mean, I had good and I had good, very good, bad, and very bad chefs in my career. All different personalities. I don't think that I stole anything good from anyone. I was always trying to develop myself, to fix myself, and I was not trying to look to steal things from others because they might not apply with my personality. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for example, I give you a simple example. We were during service at a restaurant. A line cook fainted, and the chef was like, "Okay, grab him and put him in the freezer to get back up." I don't do stuff like that. I don't treat people like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for me, human beings are not numbers. Are human beings, and we all gonna be in a difficult spot in our life at some point. So we have to respect each other and we have to be nice to each other.
Well said, man. Well said. All right, so I want to switch gears for a bit. So my audience loves hearing about Greece travel and Greece culture. So I've got a bunch of quick fire questions that lined up for you. But before we do that, we have one more quick commercial break. And stay tuned to see the foods, the places in Greece that Christos just absolutely loves. We'll be right back.
Are you inheriting property in Greece? It can feel overwhelming. Confusing legalities, taxes, deadlines, and even family disputes. Don't let the stress of distance or paperwork keep you from what's rightfully yours. At Greece Media, we specialize in guiding Greeks abroad through the entire inheritance process. From securing your ephemi to handling legal representation to resolving family matters the right way, we simplify everything. Whether it's land, a home, or an estate, our team ensures your inheritance in Greece is managed properly from start to finish. Book your free consultation today at greece-media.com/inheritance or call 1-833-MY-GREECE. Greece Media is here for you.
All right, we're back. We're here with Christos. Christos, let's get into some Greece travel, and we'll talk food again too. I promise. So, where back home are you from?
I'm from Mani.
Mani. All right. So, if you were
Mani. Na Kalamata.
Okay.
Mani.
Hey, no hate against Kalamata. I'm from Kalamata. I'm just
Look.
I'm just messing around.
No. Can we touch this thing for a little bit?
Yeah.
A lot of people from Kalamata, they say that they're from Mani.
Okay.
Number one, let's make something clear. There is no such a thing as Messiniaki Mani. That doesn't exist even on the map. So I'm a very proud Maniatis, and I love where I'm from. That's for sure. I love my roots.
So if someone listening just became inspired to go visit Mani, what give them one piece of advice?
Anything, if you wanna see the real Mani, you're gonna go from Areopoli and down, from Kokala and down. That's where the real Mani is. All the rest, Githio, to me is not Mani. Monevasia is not Mani. You know, the hardcore Mani is underneath Areopoli. That's it. Whatever is under Eataly.
So for those listening that haven't been to Greece or don't know the map that well, when you're thinking Peloponneso, you got the three fingers, the finger all the way to the right, but on the west side of the finger?
That's correct.
Yep. Just south of Kalamata. Had to throw Kalamata back in. Come on, give me a break. They're paying me to say Kalamata. No, I'm just playing.
It exists. Yeah, right.
All right. So aside from Mani, give us your three favorite places, mainland Greece. It could be a city, it could be a chorio, it could be a village, anywhere.
Number one, Piraeus.
Okay.
Olympiacos, the port, the working class, the great seafood. That's number one to me. And because I'm very attached to Olympiacos, Piraeus is always in my heart. Place number 2, that's a hard one. That's a very hard one. And number 3. To me, I spend a lot of time there, so I'm going to have to choose. It's about 40 minutes away from Athens. It's called Luta.
Mm-hmm.
I love Luta. We used to have a house there and spend some of the summers. So, and number 3, not going to lie to you, I was not expecting it to be such a nice place with great views and nice weather. It was the island of Sifnos.
Well, no, we're only talking mainland right now. I got islands next.
Mainland. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Mainland. We have Piraeus, we have Lucha.
Yep.
And let's put another port in there, and this is going to be Rafina.
All right. Very nice. For those that don't know, you can use Rafina if you want to get to the island. So if you can't find a ticket in Piraeus, you can go to Rafina.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So now give me your 3 favorite Greek islands.
Rhodos first.
All right.
Sifnos second. And Corfu number 3.
All right. 3 great choices. What are your 3 favorite and these traditional Greek dishes? Nothing just like the originals.
Ed, if you want to touch my heart, just offer me a plate full of lamb chops. If you want to get my attention, offer me a nice orzo dish with shrimp. And if you want to impress me, make me a nice lamb fricassee.
Oh, you're making me hungry right now. All right, and then 3 favorite Greek desserts.
Ekme kataifi number 1. Galactobouriko number 2. And number 3, to be honest with you, I know it's not Greek and I know I get it, but anything chocolate and hazelnut combined.
Okay.
Those are my 3 that I can be eating all day long, as you can tell.
And what's your favorite coffee in Greece?
Freddo Espresso Metrio.
Nice. All right, same way.
And that's where the world stops. That's it.
Very nice. We're only doing 1 on the coffee. 1 pick.
I was never a frappe guy. I was never a frappe. I was not a coffee guy, to be honest with you, till the age of 22. Okay. I started drinking coffee. I never, in the morning, I remember I was drinking orange juice or something like that. So the coffee came down later in my life, but I was never a frappe guy. But ever since I got the first sip of Freddo Espresso, come on, man.
Yeah, it's good. All right, next I got the favorite dish Christos Bisiotis cooks up.
Oof. It's not Greek.
It doesn't have to be.
It's going to be pasta pakeri with seafood and pomodoro sauce. This is from my heart. What to tell you right now, moussaka, pasticcio, and stuff like that. We all know how to make those. You know.
All right, then give me. All right, that's your favorite. Give me your favorite. Do you have a favorite Greek one you make?
I make very good magirica for Easter.
Oh, good answer. Unique answer. All right, just a couple questions left. If someone was someone right now is planning to make that move. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. I have to add one more dessert, and I know that people will laugh at that, but I don't care.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Koliva.
Okay.
With the right amount of sugar and pomegranate, I think it's one of the most amazing things that you can have. And I remember my grandfather, when I was very young, like a child, he used to take me to funerals, she used to lose friends. They're getting older, and I'm sorry for saying that. I'm sorry, with all due the respect to the families, but I was just going for the Koliva.
Hmm.
I was in love, and I'm still in love. I know people would laugh at that. People would find it, but I was just going for the Koliva.
All right. I got just a few questions left. If someone right now was making that move from Greece, coming to America, give them one piece of advice.
Close your ears. Stay focused. I want to say something, but I'm not going to say it. Just keep your distances.
Okay. And then if someone wanted to get into the food industry as a chef, give them one piece of advice.
In general or in United States?
Let's go in general.
If you want to be the one that when everybody else celebrates Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, and all that, go become a cook. If you want to ruin your personal relationship with your girlfriend, your wife, your this, go become a cook. I'm not going to say that it's beautiful. If you're a real junkie, it's beautiful. But if you're that kind of a person that feels bad when he leaves home and what's happening, like now I'm working and everybody else celebrates, if you have those kind of emotions inside of you going on, it's not for you. It's not for you. And I hope that everyone out there could recognize what are we doing. I don't think that, guys, even after so many shows and so many things, I don't think that it represents the real life of the kitchen. All these, I'm sorry, excuse my language, all these stupid television shows. Mm-hmm. It doesn't represent the life of the kitchen.
Well said. All right, I got one last question for you, and it's the question I ask everyone when we sign off, and it is, what does being Greek mean to you?
The roots, the history, your grandfather and your grandmother. This is the torch that I'm going to try to pass over to my kids. Your last name. Every Greek last name has a meaning. Where else in the world you can find this? Mm-hmm. Nowhere. And I don't want to sound like the typical Greek. Everything is Greek. No, not everything is Greek. Okay? Let's be honest. But a Greek last name has a meaning.
Yeah.
And you gotta honor your last name. Να μην το ξεφτιλίζεις.
Well said. Well said. Anyways, that's all I got for you. Take this opportunity to plug yourself. Where can we learn more about you, your website, so anything you want to share?
Yeah, so you can find us at christosbisiotis.com. You can find us at bellitapasta.com. And all bunch of information are on those two websites about newsletter of what's going on, what are we working on. So, it's going to be a lot of interesting things coming up, especially with the new year, concepts in New York and in Miami. So stay tuned.
Love it. Love it. Awesome. Well, thank you, Christo. This has been informative. I've learned a ton about you now. So excited for that. And thank you guys all for listening to this episode of Greece Chats podcast with Tony Kariotis. Today's guest again was Christos Bisiotis. We will talk to you again on the next episode. And you can check us out at getgreece.com/podcast for more episodes or to find this one. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else that you like listening to podcasts. Christo, talk to you soon. See you guys.
Tony, thank you so much for having me. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you.